Good morning, boys and girls. Today I'm going to read you all a very, very lovely story. But before we get into that, let's talk about what we're going to focus on. So today we're focusing on the sequence of a story. Now remember, the sequence of a story is what happens first, what happens next, and what happens last. So, when I'm reading this story to you today, I want you to think, what happened first in the story? What happened next in the story? And what happened last in the story? All right, now let's get right into it. After the fall, how Humpty Dumpty got back up again by Dan Santat. My name is Humpty Dumpty. This was my favorite spot, high up on the wall. I know, it's an odd place for an egg to be, but I loved being close to the birds. Then one day, I fell off. I'm sort of famous for that part. Folks called it the Great Fall, which sounds a little grand. It was just an accident, but it changed my life. Fortunately, all the king's men managed to put me back together. Well, most of me. There were some parts that couldn't be healed with bandages and glue. After that day, I became afraid of heights. I was so scared that it kept me from enjoying some of my favorite things. I walked past the wall every day, and I would think about climbing the ladder again. I really missed the birds and being high above the city. But I couldn't do it because I knew that accidents can happen. I eventually settled for watching the birds from the ground. It wasn't the same, but it was better than nothing. Then one day, an idea flew by. Ooh, do we see something flying in the picture? Wonder what this idea is. Making planes was harder than I thought. It was easy to get cuts and scratches, but day after day, I kept trying and trying. Until I got it just right. My plane was perfect, and it flew like nothing could stop it. I hadn't felt that happy in a long time. It wasn't the same as being up on the sky with the birds, but it was close enough. Unfortunately, accidents happen. They always do. What is our accident right here? So I'm seeing the wall. Oh no, his bird is flying over the wall, and we know Humpty Dumpty is scared of heights. What will he do next? I almost walked away again, but then I thought about all the time I'd spent working on my plane and all the other things I'd missed. I decided I was going to climb that wall. But the higher I got, the more nervous I felt. I didn't want to admit it. I was terrified. I didn't look up. I didn't look down. I just kept climbing one step at a time. Until I was no longer afraid. Maybe now you wouldn't think of me as that egg who was famous for falling. Hopefully you'll remember me as the egg who got back up. What is going to happen? fancy wings and learned how to fly. All right, boys and girls. So now we are going to talk about the sequence of the story. Remember, that is what happened first, what happened next, and what happened last in a story. So, what happened first in our story? So first, we learned that Humpty Dumpty fell off this wall, that he loved to watch the birds. Now, he was able to get fixed, but they didn't fix everything. He was afraid of heights now, right? So, what happened next in our story? He wasn't able to climb on the wall, but next he decided to make a plane, right? He made a paper plane, and he played with his paper plane. But remember, accidents happen, and the plane flew on the wall. So what happened last in our story? Well, last, Humpty Dumpty finally climbed up the wall, and he learned how to fly. All right, boys and girls, that is the end of our story today. Until next time.